What's up everybody, I am here with the Def Jam tutorial. In this tutorial video is going to be about the fighting styles of Def Jam and what they're capable of doing. And hopefully after this video, if you do have Def Jam, you can decide on which fighting style combination you want to throw at your opponents. You don't have to pick 3, and you don't have to pick 2, you can stick with 1. But basically the whole point of this video is to let you know what these fighting styles are capable of. Without further ado, let's get into it. Street fighters. The no holds barred, brass knuckles and steel chins tempered in the streets through in-your-face experience are by far the most practical and adaptable fighters around. This fact alone makes them very dangerous, with their strong arm attacks and plentiful punching combinations. These fighters can take it to anyone in a stand-up battle. Learn your punches and combinations well, and mix them up to keep opponents guessing. Throw in a kick here and there to confuse them, but then quickly return to a strong arm attack to keep the pressure on. Don't rely on kicks too much. Street fighters' legs attacks are considerably weaker than their arm attacks, and their kick combinations won't do much damage to tough opponents. Kicks may get you by in a pinch, but they are definitely not something to use as staple techniques. Grappling is another tactic to use, but only as a mixer or unexpected move. Do not try to out-grapple other fighter genres. Your few grappling moves are weak and short range. Occasionally, throw some close-range grapples into the fray just to keep opponents guessing. But instead of following through into a weak grapple, use your initial grab to throw a foe into an obstacle. Quickly follow up on your stunned enemy with a powerful punch combo. The Street Fighter's KO capability is the Haymaker. These punches are wild and powerful, and so intense that the body's momentum can carry it off balance. When they connect, these punches are utterly destructive. If your opponent is in danger, this punch easily results in a KO. Martial artists are notoriously difficult to pin down. They can move around slower opponents with ease and strike rapidly from deceptive angles and with intricate combinations. Although known for their excellent speed, martial artists also have a complex fighting style, which makes it hard to anticipate their striking attacks. What really makes martial artists forces to contend with are their astonishing defensive skills. Skills that can frustrate the best of fighters from any genre. Not only can martial artists block most incoming attacks with relative ease, but they also possess strong counterattacks and reversals with which to open up wide opportunities for further attacks. Block, block, counter. This rhythm is the mantra of the skilled martial artist. Martial artists rarely attack first, so think in terms of self-defense, meaning wait until your opponent attempts to strike and then react. You can capitalize on every attack and turn it into a favorable opening. You will send many foes packing, often demoralized and reevaluating their fighting strategies. Offensively, martial artists have only a moderate attack strength, but that is offset by their numerous diverse techniques. They have many moves at their disposal, but none is really devastating. That being said, they do have many striking combos that can engage and throw off the most attentive opponents. These combos easily blend both kicks and hand strikes into a furious and menacing mix. Learn how to change up combos between kicks and punches. Anticipate what 2 combos you will use as a follow-up move before throwing the first attack at your opponent. Always think 3 moves ahead. Martial artists have a few medium-range grapples. Using them sparingly, not as something to dominate your fighting strategy. Use grapples more often to complement your impressive striking arsenal. Martial artists' KO capability is called the flying attack. Because of their impressive speed and agility, martial artists have an amazing ability to use environmental objects to their advantage. In this case, a reflex attack can be devastating. Run at a wall or other sizable object and press punch or kick to execute a reflex attack while leaping off of the object and into the air. If your opponent is in danger, this attack results in a KO. Kickboxers are best suited to fighting at a distance from their opponents, as they attack primarily with the lower body using their feet and knees. At range, they are very strong fighters. Kickboxers are generally fast both on their feet and with their feet. This is not only a strong offense, but a strong defense as well, because they can dodge and move away from incoming attacks. They have exceptional lower body strength, so that kicks are often much more dangerous than their punches. These fighters can strike at various levels with multiple kick combos. A skilled kickboxer can keep his foe at the right distance to connect with several kicks before the distance can be closed. Use single kicks to poke opponents and keep them on guard. When they get used to that rhythm, throw some hard combos at them. Kickboxers have mediocre defense skills, so be quick to execute a block, a counter, or reverse for any incoming attacks. Also, these fighters have very short grappling range. If you want to grab someone, you must be very close to connect. Emphasis on very. So, a kickboxer can easily string together moves that start from the clinch. You can go from a series of knee strikes to a different strike type, submission move, or even a wall or other venue obstacle. Learn the advantages of these linking moves to utterly dominate your opponent. Kickboxers' KO capability is called the clinch. Kickboxers can force an opponent into a clinch by using strong grapple and punch or kick. They can strike with both their hands and knees while their foes are tied up. This is a dangerous position for an opponent, especially while in the danger range. The 5th to 7th hit in a row will result in a KO. Submission artists are balanced fighters, capable of dealing damage from various leg and arm attacks, and they have the bonus of being extremely dangerous on the ground. Their diverse submission attacks target major areas of the body, not only inflicting damage but possibly forcing a tap out. Punch submissions and kick button submissions are different, and these plus directions on the D-pad or analog will target different body parts. Submission fighters are moderate in speed but generally quite tough. They can take a few shots and block a few more while getting a firm grip on their opponents. Once they do, pain soon follows, from leg bars, arm locks, and chokeholds. They have a medium grapple range and a moderate selection of techniques, but their striking attacks are definitely not their only asset. They can and will take their foes to the floor. Use all your striking attacks and a moderate array of combinations to set your opponent up for a submission hold. Many of your striking combos can segue into a grab from which you can target any of the major body areas. Use your generalist fighting style to the fullest extent. Capitalize on your strikes while getting a feel for your opponent's tactics. Once you identify your foe's weakness, target one body area with submission moves to weaken it and force him to scream vocal. Submission artists have their own exclusive KO capability. The submission system tracks damage inflicted to an opponent's arms, legs, head, and back/torso from style-specific submission attacks. Master moves to repeatedly target a certain body part and you'll be an unstoppable new kid on the block. Wrestlers, with their long sports history, hardly need an introduction. As a sweeping but not inaccurate generalization, they are usually slow and immensely strong. They have a few strong leg and arm attacks but have no need of complex combos. Their brawny strikes and grapples usually stun opponents for several seconds, easily enough time to pick them up off the floor or throw them into even worse positions. Wrestlers are not without shortcomings. They lack speed and have weak defensive skills, but aware of these weaknesses to avoid common mistakes. Never chase faster opponents around the ring. Plan your direction of travel and keep pushing them into a wall, corner, or even better, the crowd, to limit their movement and set up some brutal grappling attacks. Use crowd double teams as often as you can. When the crowd grabs hold of the opponent, you have the opportunity for a devastating double team maneuver. Use the grapple button to pull this off when an opponent is held. Given your weak defensive skills, it is difficult to block incoming striking combos. Avoid those by keeping your foe off balance. Don't give your opponent time to set up combos. Mix up your attacks with one. Here's a pro tip for the wrestlers. Only the wrestler can spin an opponent around in a grapple to execute devastating grapple attacks from behind. Press L1 or LT to turn your opponent, then press either punch or kick to do a move. The wrestler has a capability called the strong grapple. Wrestlers can manhandle their opponents like tigers toying with their prey. When a wrestler gets his hands on an opponent that is in danger, they're pretty much done. Every strong grapple attack can result in a KO, so the move you choose is up to you.